Wake, sleep, repeat. For most people, on most days, they do pretty much the same thing. Monday to Friday, they go to work, the same job they've been doing for many years. They come home, have this very similar dinner again, and they go to bed and probably dream about maybe a slightly different life, something more exciting. But it's the same sort of dreams every day, and nothing ever changes anyway. Well, that life is boring. People don't test themselves enough. People do not test themselves to the point where they overcome their fears. And this show is all about who you are, what makes you who you are, and turns that all on its head. Because all of your fears, all of your issues in your current dimension, everything that holds you back every day is going to be what tests you and drives this show forward. Because one morning, all the applicants that have said that they want to take part in this new game show that tests you to the core for a big cash prize, where they're going to wake up next to a different partner, and that's when they realise they are in their other dimension. They might be straight, but actually wake up next to a male when they were male themselves, so they've suddenly become now gay. They might be gay and wake up next to a woman in their bed and realise that they are now straight. But ultimately they are totally different characters. They'll have a totally different job, and in order to enable this to happen in the show, they'll actually be carried through on their Friday, because that's the first day the show will be taking place on. On this Friday, a work day, they'll be carried through it with either a best friend or a PA, because they're high-flying new job, a very different job to the one they have in their current dimension. Where we fraught with all of these challenges, all of these kind of instances and situations, testing all those fears and dislikes they have in their current dimension. If they make it through day number 1, they've now made it now to Saturday, which will be a weekend, a day off work, but a day off work where they're going to have all the fun in the world. The fun, which actually, in their current dimension, the real dimension, is something they would never do. All these challenges and things that they would definitely not want to be involved in. Having a very public meal with their gay partner when they are a butch rugby player in their real dimension, for example. Going skydiving when they're actually a 74-year-old granny who was a librarian her whole life. But ultimately, there'll be one huge culmination, one final challenge that they have to overcome on that Saturday in order to finally have totally accomplished their other dimension, and they can go back to bed, fall asleep next to their other dimension partner, and Sunday morning they wake up revived. They have dealt with all of the challenges, all of those issues, all of those fears they had in their current dimension, and they will feel like they have started a whole new life where they can take on new challenges. And bloody hell, guess what? At the end of their bed, they've got £25,000 because they did it. They tackled their other dimension, and they can now take on life in all the different ways they wish to. Thank you very much.